Hello, my name's Edward Mariyani-Squire. I'm the unit coordinator for Principles of Economics for summer semester. Principles of Economics is an introductory economics unit. It's designed to introduce a student to some of the basic concepts and tools that economists use in attempting to understand the world and to make policy and regulatory suggestions to improve the world in some way. The unit, as with the discipline of economics itself, is divided into two parts. After an introductory session, then we have microeconomics. This is the first half of the semester. It focuses on individual markets or individual industries and the firms and consumers in those industries in isolation from other markets. Then we have macroeconomics, which is focused on the economy as a whole, rather than looking at a particular firm or a particular market or industry. In each of these two parts, there are policy or regulatory suggestions that come out of that, which we'll look at, both at the level of micro and at the level of macro. One of the things that's distinctive about economics, and you should see this when comparing principles of economics to some other first year units that you've done, is that economics is what is sometimes thought of as theory heavy. That is, we're not attempting to describe the world as it is. We're not attempting to describe flesh and blood decision makers, managers or consumers or workers or firms or something like that. Rather, what economists tend to do is develop theoretical tools which enable them, hopefully, to understand aspects of the flesh and blood world. But the focus is really on understanding these theoretical tools, which have a particular kind of logical structure to them, and tend to be quite analytical in their nature. And you will see that by, for example, the utilization of graphs to try and understand a very complex phenomena. Okay. Another thing that is distinctive about this particular unit is that it's entirely online. There are no face-to-face classes on campus for this unit. The only time that you'll be required to come into the campus for this unit is for the final exam. Everything else is online. The lectures, the readings, the exercises are all done electronically. The assessments, all electronically. So if you have any questions or any problems or difficulties, obviously we don't have a tutorial room in which you can flesh out those questions, ask me questions, and I can answer them directly. Rather, what I'll do instead is, if you have a question, then flick me an email that's about the content of the unit, obviously, not, say, your personal life or something. The content of the unit. Flick me an email, and I will respond to you directly using a video format. So I'll explain in video form. So there's a sense in which there's a question and answer interaction occurring, but it's asynchronous. That is, it's not happening in real time. So there's a gap between the question and the answer. But I think that this can be valuable, not just for you, but for anyone. I can make a video which everyone can see the answer to, which might be beneficial. It's important that you go to the Views website and look at all the material that's there. Go and get the learning guide, download the learning guide, read through it. You'll see there that it has the assessment tasks and how much they're worth and when they're due, and the timetable for the topics. You'll also be able to see that on the Views site itself. When you go into the learning materials section of Views, it has folders there for each week. In each of these folders there are videos which you can watch and should take notes on to accompany your textbook. The textbook, incidentally, you can access online via the library portal. If you really want to, you can also buy it. So it looks like this. It's titled, not entirely creatively, Principles of Economics, and it's by John Sloman, Keith Norris and Dean Garrett. It's a good book. It's not too long. It's not particularly taxing in terms of the time that you would have to devote to it, but it is quite pithy, so it tries to condense as much content as it can in a readable way into a fairly short space. The chapters that we'll look at in that book, we won't be looking at all the chapters in that book. There are some chapters that we'll leave out, but they roughly follow the sequence of topics that we deal with in this unit. One little piece of advice I should give before I go, and that is, please try to schedule your time throughout the course of this semester. Set aside time every day or every couple of days to work on this unit. Read the textbook chapter that's relevant and take notes on it. Watch the videos and take notes on the videos as you're going. Do the practice quizzes and do the assignments that have been set in a timely fashion. Prepare for those assignments. If you don't do this, you will tend to fall behind, and this is a real trap that I've found for this unit when it's done online. Because it's occurring over the Christmas break, Christmas New Year break, students can often lose track of time or lose steam, so to speak, so that they find it difficult to come back from the break and maintain the same level of work effort. And failing to do that is really deadly for this unit, because it means you'll fall further and further behind. Then when the final exam comes along, there'll be too much material for you to catch up on and you won't be able to do it. So please try and schedule your time and stick fairly religiously to that schedule. If you do that, then you'll definitely pass the unit. Okay, so on that happy note, I will now leave you to explore the Views website and to get cracking on watching the first videos.